Alright, hello everybody. Today we're going to be making a sphere using our value scale. So our materials today that we're going to be using is our mixed media paper. We've got some acrylic paint. All you need today is red, yellow, blue, black, and white. And then we have a paintbrush, Sharpie, pencil, paper towel, and water to put your water in. And then if you don't have something to mix your paint on, I would get like a plate or parchment paper. I'm just going to use the little spot on my palette here to mix my paint. Anyway, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our circle stencil. I'm just using this cork plate thing, but you can also just use a regular plate or something with a circular base, like a pot or something. You're going to put that down on your paper. Use your pencil to trace around it. And remember, at any point that you need to go back and look at some steps, you can pause this video and go back. Anyway, once you've got your circle, you're going to do a little sun in the top right corner. This is our light source. In the bottom left corner, we're going to draw our shadow. The shadow is kind of like this long oval shape, and it connects to the bottom of the sphere. All right, once you've got your shadow, we're going to put in our darkest value guideline. So we're going to start at the kind of like the bottom left of this sphere here, and we're going to make a crescent moon shape. We're following the contour of this sphere. Since this is a 3D shape, then we're following the contour of this to make it look like it has volume. All right. We're then going to label this section next to it dark. Once you have that, you're going to draw your next section, continuing to follow the contour of the sphere. And we're going to label this section medium. Finally, we're going to make a kind of like an oval shape on top of our sphere. This section, this whole thing here, this is called light. And if you draw a line to the circle that you made, this is your highlight. Okay? Once you're ready, you're going to grab your paintbrush and whatever paints that you're using. Now, you can use any of the primary colors, including yellow. However, I do recommend that you use either red or blue for this, or you can mix up your own secondary color if you're feeling brave. This time, I'm just going to use my red. For the dark section, I'm going to mix up a little bit of just the pure color, otherwise known as hue, a little bit my red, and then I'm going to add a little bit of black until I get a dark red color. Okay. Once I have that, I'm just going to simply put that in my dark section. Carefully Try not to go outside the lines. If you do, it's okay, because we will be outlining this later. All right, there we go. Next, pretty much you're just going to add a little bit more red into your dark puddle that you made here. This will be your medium value. You can place that in your medium section. As long as there's a clear difference between your medium and your dark value, like I can tell that your medium value is lighter than your dark value, then you're fine. You might need to go over your colors a few times just to make it look a little more solid. That's okay. Another thing I should note is that less paint is much easier to control than a lot of paint. It's also much easier to mix than too much paint. So keep that in mind while you're painting today. The good thing about acrylic is that it dries really quickly, so you're able to go over your sections fairly quickly. All right, now that you have your medium section, you're going to rinse your brush in your water here, wipe it. Now I'm going to take some of my pure color here and just a little bit of white. This will be my light color. Put that down. Again, it should be just a little bit lighter than your medium value. This is your largest section, so it will take a little bit of time. Just be patient. Take your time. It's okay if you go over the lines a little bit. You might need a bigger brush for this project if you find the small brush is not working for you. Just keep going until this whole section, your lightest section, is complete. All right. Finally, your highlight is going to be mostly white with a little bit of red. Even more white than that. Okay, so now we have 4 values: dark, medium, and light and highlight. It's pretty much exactly the same as the value scales that we did yesterday, except this time it's in sphere form. Okay. Rinse your brush. Wipe it. This time for our cast shadow here, we're just going to take a little bit of black, just pure black, and we're just going to paint this cast shadow here black. Okay, rinse your brush. Your sphere should be mostly dry by now. If it's not, just let it sit dry for a little bit. But if it is dry, you can take your Sharpie and you're going to go around the whole thing, outline everything. Your Sharpie. Try not to do this while it's wet because Sharpies do not like acrylic paint. You don't have to outline the circles or the highlight and the rest of the lines that you made. Just the outside of the sphere. Okay, that's it. You don't have to outline anything else. We're going to be working on some cylinders and some cones on Monday, later this week. But other than that, hold on to this. Make sure that you have it outlined. Make sure that you have it labeled with the little sun and your cast shadow. Turn it into Google Classroom along with your cylinder and your cone later this week, and you'll be good. If you have any questions, let me know. Other than that, I hope this helped, and I will see you soon.